Ayo, Shalom, all praise to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahshua, Hashem, Kakadosh. They want to see apostles and elders of GreatMillStone, man, and Shalom. To all the brothers out there doing the work in sincerity and truth, man. Just got a vid I wanted to do, basically just going to be going into just the state of this economy as it is now, man. Because more or less, like, if you've been checking out the news, there have been like the last couple of weeks, probably the last 2-3 months, like the I know especially the American what do you call it, American markets have been hitting their all-time highs. Like, it's been blowing up. And yeah, well, just I was looking into, just on the chart, if you look into the history of it, basically, because now it's like, where we at, 26.6. This is on the Dow Jones. So it's like, you go back to like 2008. Yeah, that hit an all-time high as well, just before the huge crash in 2008. So it hit all-time high, and then swiftly afterwards it crashed to like to way below. And it's just, it's the same thing that happened in the year 2000, the dot-com bubble. It blew up to like, what, 11K, and then a fat dip to like 7.5 after the bubble burst. So it's pretty much the way ESO runs the economy. That will happen, like, you'll just get like a huge boom, then a huge bust. But pretty much anytime these events happen, there's always purposes behind it, man. Because even that one's like 4th of October 2002. That was like a year after 9/11, man. Because 9/11 happened. Let's see. Well, it's in there. That's close. Yeah, when 9/11 happened, that as well caused a dip. So it's like the dot-com bubble burst, and then 9/11 happened. 2008, the housing crisis, and then that just fucked up. That basically just fucked the money up for everyone, man. No one could get credit. It's ESOL normally. Well, the markets are basically manipulated by the elites, man. The elites can manipulate the market, the snap of the fingers, man. So it's like, if you see it, just from the signs, what's going on, because it's like the amount that's recovered is just getting ridiculous, man. I think it's fucking hell, like 10K over the course of what? Of like 2 years. It's gained 10K. So it just seems like the boom's car. I know you get them X22s and them all them kinds of guys doing in that scene. The bust is car. I'm just saying, like, that's just one of the other myriad signs that, hey, ESO's looking to move towards that chip, man. And more or less, just the way he runs his money system anyway is off. It's off. Because basically, like, the way he runs it is, it's basically, it's a false balance, man. False balance. Oh, let me get that, actually. Because it's confusion, man. And it's just a hot mess. If ESO can, at any point, just be like, you know what? I'm just gonna print another $1 billion out, and then can just give himself $1 billion. That's a hot mess, man. Like, where's how can that even, all of a sudden, your dollar was meant to be worth $1, but now it's only worth 70 cents to that same dollar earlier. That's a bunch of confusion. And that's happening on a daily basis, man. Like, when you start working at the start of a month, by the end of that month, your dollars, your whatever you get paid is worth less than it was on the day that you were doing the work, man. That's why ESO's whole mess, his whole system, is unrighteous, man. Proverbs 11:1, a false balance is abomination to the Lord, but a just weight is his delight. So ESO's using that false balance, man. And this is one of the many reasons that Babylon needs to get wiped out, man. Because pretty much, hey, man, this thing's oh, whoa, let me go to verse 4. It says, riches profit not in the day of wrath, but righteousness deliver from death. So it's funny because the guys that actually own the riches are the elites, man. The top heads, the Rockefellers, the Rothschilds, DuPonts, the Gettys, the all these banking families that are at the top, the creme de la creme, basically the top guys running this society. These guys basically actually have the resources. They have the gold, they have the land, they have the cattle, all these things. But it's only people on the bottom that are using that debt. Let me read this, man. Habakkuk 2:5. Yea, also, because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied. And that's what Esau's done. Esau's like basically all his desires are basically, he's desiring the whole world, man. And the thing is already gone round. You go back the last 200-300 years of history. Esau, all these different kingdoms were going around nabbing up resources from all the other countries on the planet, man. These so-called third world countries are third world countries because Esau went there and has basically raped them for their resources. And that's another reason why this place has got to go, man. That's why everyone's trying to get over here, because Esau's basically stolen all the wealth. And it says, and it's funny because I was watching a video. My guy was breaking it down and saying, you know, in the West, wealth was created, and he's saying, you know, it's just like that wealth wasn't there. It was just, you know, they created it. They produced, you know, these different kind of. No, but what actually happened was they basically had they had the capabilities to go over to these different places and nab them up. They had the free human resource of slavery to build up their empires and bring money in, and they were able to use that on like what plantations in the West Indies, sugarcane, rum, all kinds of different things. They were basically able to use these things to bring that wealth in to their side, man. It wasn't just that, oh yeah, you know, they were just, you know, someone was sitting there, was like, actually, you know what? Let's just, you know, oh, I just discovered some gold. Nah, Esau schemed and basically went over to these places and gained, used his wit and his guile to get what he wanted. And it says, but gather unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. And that's what he did as well, man. He's basically had everyone come to him. That's why you got like London, Europe, America. You got these big melting pots in the West where everyone just comes, and you know, it's multiculturalism, trying to blend all people into one, so they can just be the elite, and then just the lobotomized slave underneath. Verse 6, shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his? How long? So, woe to him, destruction to him that increaseth that which is not his. And that's Esau, man. Esau's basically, he increased that which is not his. Because the Lord basically, he appointed onto the people their land, man. It's, what is it? Deuteronomy 32:8, I believe, says like when he divided the lands to the heathen their inheritance, he did so. Yeah, Deuteronomy 32:8. When the Most High divided to the nations their inheritance, when he separated the sons of Adam, he set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel. So the Lord basically divided every nation their inheritance, man. Everyone's meant to have their own spot, their own resources, their own land, man. Because that's righteousness, man. Esau's a wicked, greedy bastard, man. He can't have that. That's why he's got everyone else using debt when he's actually, you know, and he's actually got the true wealth. And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay. And that thick clay is them heavy debts, man. And that's basically how Esau runs his society. He's got everyone running on that debt-based system, man, rather than using actual wealth. And that's that gives him that total control where he can just make it, he can adjust the price as he sees fit, man. He can crash it when he wants, he can make it boom when he wants. It's simple, man. And the whole world just like goes to the beat of the drum, man, of however they do it, however they decide to do it. It says, shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee, and awake that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be for booties unto them. Yeah, that's it. Esau's gonna be that booty, because it's gonna come to the point where everyone's gonna come against them, man. And that's what these just looking at just the markets and just how the news is selling it. Esau, it looks like Esau could try to crash the economy, man, because they've got the cryptos ready. They got the technology's there, man. The blockchain technology's there. They had the what do you call it, the implantable, where you could upload cryptocurrencies on it and use it as money. So that's mark of the beast there. And they've had it like in the companies as well, like as tracking for employees, for slaves. So it's pretty much all there. So hey, whenever Esau's ready to get down, the shit can pop off, man. So that's really what I've been trying to say, just looking at it, man, because it just seems like Esau's basically set the economy up where it's ready to go, man. So this thing ain't far, man. This thing ain't ain't no 10, 15, 20 year thing, man. It could pop off a couple of months. Hey, man, you should wait and see. They've been pushing that robot sex agenda as well. That's been blowing up out of nowhere. Because sex dolls have been around since fucking forever times, man. But it's only started like, with the AIs and all that kind of shit. Robot brothels and all that shit. Esau's, you can see he's waxing worse and worse. And we're arriving at that point where it's going to be complete. It's going to be the point of no return, man. But I'll leave it there, man. I'll leave it there. I'll say, all praise to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. That want to see Apostle. There's a great millstone, man. Shalom, shalom.